delighted to have this opportunity to provide a little bit of background on William Halsey and Corrie McCallum's contributions to the College of Charleston. My name is Mark Sloan. I'm the director and senior curator of the Halsey Institute of Contemporary Art here at the college. And I had the opportunity to meet William and Corrie before their deaths. I came here in 1994. William Halsey was the first person to teach a studio art course at the College of Charleston beginning in 1964. The course, I believe, was offered in the old gym of the college, and my understanding is that it was quite a sense of camaraderie to be studying painting with this gentleman in this ramshackle, rundown building. But as his program grew, later Corrie McCallum began to teach a printmaking course here in the 1970s. She was the first person to teach printmaking here at the college, and she developed the program in such a way that there was quite a bit of demand for printmaking here, and there was need for a full-time faculty position in printmaking. Corrie was not interested in a full-time position, but she did help the college hire its first full-time professor, Leo Mansky. That position is now occupied by Barbara Duvall, and printmaking continues to be a very, very strong program within the School of the Arts here at the college. William taught the first course in 1964 and then retired from the college in 1984. In 1984, the college voted unanimously, the faculty voted unanimously to name the college's art gallery in Halsey's honor. So it was known as the Halsey Gallery from 1984 until 2005. In 2005, we changed the name from Halsey Gallery to the Halsey Institute of Contemporary Art to more accurately reflect the broad range of programming that we offer here at the Halsey. But I also wanted to mention that in addition to their extraordinary teaching abilities, they offered students their technical ability and formal training, but they also provided, by example, an extraordinary role model for these students to become working artists. Both William and Corrie exhibited extensively, and they were producing works that were going against the prevailing norm of Charleston artists during the period that they were here. Once William told me that if I ever had a fat cat who told me that he wanted to change the name of the gallery if he gave a lot of money, to please be sure to take that money and run and change the name because he didn't give a penny. Well, I wouldn't think of changing the name of the Halsey because it represents, William Halsey and Corrie McCallum were pioneers in the Charleston art scene, and I feel running an organization that bears the Halsey name, for me anyway, is indicative of the kind of countercurrent that we try to provide through the programming at the Halsey Institute of Contemporary Art today. We like to think that we're going against contemporary norms as well. Thank you.
I met William Halsey and Corrie McCallum in the summer of 1997 when I was a college freshman, and I landed a very lucky internship with Mark Sloan at the Halsey Gallery at the College of Charleston. And one afternoon, Mark asked me to walk down the street to Fulton Street to the Halsey McCallum studios and meet David Halsey, William and Corrie's son. And the interesting experience about that summer was not just seeing an incredible amount of two artists' life's work, but also working on documenting these paintings while the artists were still living and breathing and working ferociously around us. And William was extremely genteel and kind in the back studio near the racks where we were working. And then I would overhear him and see him leaning over his drafts table in his own studio, just cursing and cussing and almost fighting with the oil sticks on paper. And he was creating so quickly, almost at a just rapid speed, that I remember thinking, we'll never be able to catch up. We had so many paintings and works to photograph already, and the fact that he was producing 4 or 5 more a day seemed quite overwhelming to me. Got to know Corrie in a very different way a few summers later when I came back after William Halsey had passed away to write a senior thesis on him and his work, and the family allowed me to live in the house on Archdale Street and to go through William's papers, which were meticulously organized. He almost had a plan for someone to come back and do work on his retrospective posthumously. But I was able to spend time with Corrie, eating breakfast and dinner most days while she was working and while I was doing research. And so that turned into much more of a friendship, and we wrote each other letters a few times a year for years after that. And Corrie was able to tell me fascinating stories about their lives together and her personal career and journey. And it was during that time that I think she started creating some of the best work of her career as well. William passed to see the work that Corrie created in her last decade, where she really did go into using the strong blacks and reds and her WOW series of paintings. Only Corrie could come up with a series of paintings called the WOW series. As she came into a strength of her own, maybe into a palette of her own in those last decades, and I'm glad we have that work of hers. I think it's the real contribution of her career.